On CTV, we explore the new design center on campus.
A new vet program could help graduates save some money. We'll tell you how later on.
And the annual homecoming parade will look a little different this year. We have those details and more starting now on CTV. Good evening, Rams, and thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Iannacone.
And I'm Ryan Christ. Here's what's happening in the news near you.
The Women and Gender Advocacy Center sent a letter today offering a live stream of the Senate Judiciary hearing on Capitol Hill. The hearing involves Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, who is being interviewed by the Senate on the alleged sexual assault by Supreme Court Justice nominee Brett Kavanaugh. The hearing was live streamed in the WGAC and was open to all who were interested. The email that stated that we invite you to join if you're looking for a safe and supportive space to watch. We tell you this both to encourage you to stop by if you are interested or to warn you to avoid the space if you are avoiding triggers. For more information and for updates on this ongoing investigation, you can visit collegian.com.
CSU, what does that stand for? According to some students, it stands for Construction State University. And yes, it does seem that at times we are all walking through or around a construction site here on campus. But the payoff is the opening of a new building full of beautiful classrooms and high-tech labs. Next up in the queue is a building for the CSU design students.
Construction is well underway for the Nancy Richardson Design Center, open to students this upcoming spring semester. The Design Center will be the new home of the interior architecture and design major that was previously based in Aylesworth. To architecture design student Tanae Lunzer, the new building is far more than just a structure with new classrooms. It is her home.
Right now, most of us spend lots of late nights at Aylesworth in these really dark, gross, scary building labs, and it's just not fun. Whereas a place like the RDC is going to be great to be able to make it feel like a second home to us and actually want to be there, not necessarily have to be there.
The new Design Center's goal will provide students with a customized experience that no other buildings on the CSU campus can deliver.
We didn't sit down and say, you know, we need 3 classrooms and 20 offices, or, you know, we really thought about what are the experiences that students should have in this building and how can we foster and support creativity. And so the spaces that we have really came out of understanding the creative process and understanding creative collaboration. And so in that sense, I think it's a really exciting building.
That I'm super excited. I can't wait till the spring semester when we get to spend the winter break moving all of our stuff into the building and then start classes in the spring. It's kind of surreal to me that that's actually going to happen in a couple short months. That it feels like it's like still like a year away, but it's so close, and I'm super duper excited.
This building will also have outdoor and indoor spaces for all students of all majors to work in.
Animals across the state are in need of veterinarians, and this new program is trying to help fix the problem. Applications recently opened for a program that pays up to $70,000 of student loans for veterinarians to work in a rural, low-populated areas of Colorado. The Veterinary Education Loan Repayment Program is meant to curb the shortage of veterinarians in rural areas where livestock and animal owners are in need of professional services. Dr. Ashley Stokes says there are veterinarians that want to practice large animal medicine in rural areas, but it's difficult for graduates to afford to make the move.
You know, because of the cost of education, because of costs in living in Colorado, you know, sometimes they can be somewhat limited and feel somewhat limited on what they can really do and what they can pursue.
To learn more about the program, you can visit velrp.colostate.edu.
The Colorado State University Health and Exercise Science major was honored on Wednesday in Washington, D.C. by the National Boys and Girls Club. Freshman Milwaukee Haynes was named the 2018-2019 Boys and Girls Club National Youth of the Year. Haynes was among 6 recognized teens invited to the gala hosted in D.C. and was nominated as the national teen spokesperson. According to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the National Youth of the Year is a role model, leader, and advocate for the nearly 4 million youth served by the Boys and Girls Club each year. Haynes will be returning to CSU this week to return to his studies. You can follow this story up on thecollegian.com.
Former Governor Bill Ritter and author of The Martian, Andy Weir, will be in Fort Collins next month, in part due to funding provided by the Associated Students of Colorado State University. In a close call at last night's Senate session, the bill to give $2,000 from the Senate discretionary fund to the Fort Collins Book Festival passed by one vote. The Fort Collins Book Festival is hosted by the Poudre River Public Library and will feature more than 40 authors, scientists, and storytellers. Kanaya Okolo, the author of the bill, hopes that this will provide students with more networking opportunities.
You know, whatever comes out of it is up to you, but at the end of the day is through CSU, let's create a platform that, you know, students can benefit from talking to Governor Bill Ritter, you know, if they want to go into politics or if they want to go into the Hollywood industry, you know, how to make their names be heard.
The Fort Collins Book Festival will be held throughout Old Town on October 19th and 20th and is free to the public.
The homecoming parade that we all know and love is changing its route this year. The parade will be held on Friday, October 12th at 4:30 in the afternoon. This year, the parade will begin on the corner of Washington and Laurel Street, traveling east on Laurel until turning onto the Oval, and ending in Canvas Stadium. The original route began and traveled south on Howes before entering and ending on the Oval. The new route is expected to impact residential parking and bus routes for the hours leading and following the parade. For more information on closures, you can visit homecoming.colostate.edu/maps.
You may have noticed all the extra students walking around campus today. That's because today is J Day here at CSU, or Journalism Day. Middle and high school students from across the state came to see and experience the journalism department and visit the Collegian newsroom as well as the CTV studio and get an inside look at student media. We at the Collegian and CTV are so excited to welcome future additions to our team, and we appreciate anyone coming down to volunteer for CTV in the basement of Clark A. Well, Ryan, did you get to hang out with any of the high school students today?
You know, I couldn't today, but I did see them all around the LSC, you know, going to the newsroom and heading over to the studio, and I was so excited to see that they were here. Did you get to hang out with any of them?
I did, yeah. I got to give them a little tour of our studio in the basement of Clark A, and it was really nice to get to see some excited high school students that were excited about journalism.
Awesome. I can't wait when they come here.
Yeah, me too. Well, Rams, that's all the news we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
But don't go anywhere because we still have weather, sports, and entertainment coming up next.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Good evening, Rams. Welcome back to Thursday Weather. I am your weather anchor, Carson Porterfield. Let's get right into our current condition. It's a beautiful 71 degrees outside. That sun set at about 13 minutes ago, but it's okay because it's a beautiful night outside with clear skies and warm weather. All right. It was an amazing day today, but fall is officially here, Rams, but it's not showing just yet because we had a beautiful day with warm weather and a little bit of wind, but it was nothing too bad. Those leaves have not started falling yet, but soon they should be coming, so get ready for it. But for now, enjoy that beautiful weather outside and get out and explore everything Fort Collins has to offer. Looking at tonight's lows, it is going to be a little chilly all across Colorado, with the coldest being right up here in the mountains about Craig and Vail for 46 and 42, getting a little chillier down here in Telluride at 42. Coming here to the I-25 corridor, it's going to be a little warmer going up Fort Collins, going south down to 57 in Denver, 54 in Colorado Springs, and 60 in Pueblo. All right, looking at tomorrow's highs, it's going to be a lovely day all across Colorado, with the highest being about 86 in Grand Junction and the coolest in about 65 in Telluride. Looking at that I-25 corridor, it's going to be a little chilly up in Fort Collins, but it's going to warm up as we go south to 61 in Denver, 66 in Colorado Springs, and 67 in Pueblo. Going into tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be a little cloudy out tomorrow, but it's still going to be a nice day with a high of 53 and a low of 40 and mild wind. Thankfully, it should still be a beautiful fall day for you. Looking at the 5-day forecast, it's going to be a little messy going into that week. It's going to start off sunny with a high of 78 on Monday and warm up just a little bit on Tuesday at 80. But that Wednesday is going to look a little rough with some rain and a chance of lightning with a high of 75. Thankfully, on that Thursday, it should clear up with that lightning, but some rain should be sticking around. But on that Friday, that rain will be out of here, but those clouds will still be staying to about 58 on Friday. All right, Rams, that's all I have for you this week. But up next, we have Jared with sports. Good night.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Welcome back from the break in the Thursday Night Sports Show. I'm Jared Stratton, joined by fellow CTV reporter Kyle Witter.
Thanks for having me, Jared. I'm glad to be here.
Hi, thanks for joining our show. And we were to talk about CSU athletics. Although the CSU football team has lost the last 4 out of their 5 games, they still have some bright spots. They now officially have 2 wide receivers on the Blinokoff Award watch list. You heard me right, that's 2. That marks the 2nd year in a row that a CSU wide receiver has been nominated for this award. The last CSU wide receiver that was in this position, Michael Gallup, ended up getting drafted this year by the Dallas Cowboys in the 3rd round. This wide receiver duo has combined for 68 receptions, 947 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns. All this happened within only 5 games. Yesterday after practice, CTV reporter Sydney Wicker was able to ask Olabisi Johnson about how he felt on the nomination.
Hey there, Ram fans. I'm Sydney Wicker, and I'm joined by Olabisi Johnson, a wide receiver for the CSU Rams. Olabisi, you were just nominated for the Blitnikoff Award. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge honor. I got a whole bunch of people texting me who support me and everything, and it feels really good. But, I mean, I can't get complacent. Got to go out there, keep doing me, keep working.
Yeah, I know Preston Williams, who's a friend of yours, was also nominated for this award. How do both of you feel about that?
I mean, it's awesome to see 2 guys on the same team be nominated for the Biletnikoff. So it's definitely an honor, and I talked to him a little bit about it. He's excited about it, but we go out there and keep working in practice. You know, it's a bye week, but we're competing this week.
I know Michael Gallup was a finalist for this award last year. What is it like to follow in the footsteps of someone like him who's making it pretty well in the NFL right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's awesome. You know, I get asked a bunch of questions about following in the footsteps, and this just goes to show how good we are and how good we can be.
Great. Well, good luck, Olabisi, and thank you so much for talking with me. Signing off with CTV Sports. Thanks for tuning in.
The Biletnikoff Award winner will be announced on December 6th.
CSU kicker Wyatt Bryan was officially named as a semifinalist for the William V. Campbell Trophy. This nomination is given to the best scholar athlete in the entire nation. Wyatt Bryan is CSU's leading scorer and has a 3.682 GPA in mechanical engineering. He has a 75.4% field goal percentage and set a career record with a 55-yard field goal in the first quarter against the Arkansas Razorbacks this year. There will be 12 to 14 finalists by October 31st, and all of those finalists will receive an $18,000 postgraduate scholarship. The finalist will be announced on December 4th, and the winner will be given a $25,000 scholarship.
The CSU tennis team is split up over the weekend to take part in the Milwaukee Tennis Classic and the Wyoming Invite. CTV reporter Jason Ortiz was able to talk to the head coach about the games.
Hey there, Ram fans. I'm Jason Ortiz here with CTV Sports, and I'm here with the head coach of the tennis team, Jared Camarada. And we just want to know, how did this weekend go for the tennis team?
Yeah, we had a good weekend. We had a split team. We were in Milwaukee with half of the team and in Wyoming with the other half. It was a good weekend. I think in Milwaukee we had mixed results. In Wyoming they did a really good job. I think 14-2 overall. So yeah, it was a good way to start the season. Long way to go.
So when you have a split weekend like that, how does that affect your coaching?
Well, that's the first time I've ever done that as a head coach. So it was a bit of an experiment, but I went to Milwaukee, and Scott Langs, the assistant coach, went to Wyoming, and it's good. I mean, I guess you get to focus on just a few players, but the bad thing is you don't get to see all of your players.
Yeah, so now looking forward to the rest of the season, what do you want to see out of your players this season?
We're in the fall semester now, so we just want to see improvement. Yes, we want to compete. Yes, we want to win, but improvement over everything right now in the fall. Come spring, then you just go to your strengths and not necessarily working on improving your weaknesses a ton. You just play to your strengths. But the fall semester, we're just looking to improve, get better, and get prepared for the spring semester.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing that. So that's all we have. Thanks for joining me, Coach. And tune in to CTV Sports for more information on the tennis team.
The tennis team will be traveling to the Colorado Fall Invite in Boulder this Friday.
The CSU women's basketball team has a new player coming in with a verbal commitment. Katia Stamatolopoulos is planning on heading to CSU for this upcoming season. She is highly regarded by head coach Ryan Williams and will play point guard for the Rams. She recently played in the Australian Championships and will look to bring her talents and leadership to the CSU team.
Now, the Denver sports scene is starting to really pick up this year, with the Rockies taking back the NL West.
Absolutely. Last night, when the Rockies won against the Phillies, they took first place in the NL West. Today, they actually also played the Phillies. They won 5-3 and therefore swept the Phillies. They've won their last 7 games, and again, obviously won against the Phillies today. If they keep this up, they're going to be making it to the playoffs. Obviously, the last time the Rockies made it to the playoffs, well, not the last time, but the most notable time, was back in 2007 when they made it to the World Series. They won 13 of their 14 last regular season games. They got the wild card to the division series. They swept the Phillies 3-0. They swept the Diamondbacks 3-0. And then, of course, they were swept themselves by the Red Sox in the World Series.
Oh, definitely. That Red Sox loss still hurts me today. But like you said, those last few games, they can definitely be notable to Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado. And of course, Trevor Story, we had that little injury scare, but he's back now, which is a lot better for the team. They're both leading the team with home runs, RBIs, and batting averages, which is insane for just 2 players to be leading a team with. Also, with these wins coming up, we have 3 more games for the Rockies, and if they're able to hold on to these 3 more games, they're going to win the NL West for the first time ever, giving them the best possible chance to get farther in the playoffs.
I'm really excited to see how they do these last 3 games, and if they do make it to the playoffs, I'll definitely be cheering them on.
Oh, definitely. So will I. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but make sure to check CTV Twitter and YouTube for the latest in CSU athletics. But don't leave just yet. Up next, we have Colin Sanders with entertainment.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back, Rams. I'm Colin Sanders, and if you want to know about everything that's awesome in Fort Collins, then you've come to the right place. Last week, CSU's Pride and Resource Center just had their 20th annual Queer BQ. The Queer BQ is the PRC's traditional event to outreach to CSU students who are anywhere within the LGBT spectrum, to come and have a place to connect to other students who are in the same rainbow. The event had the largest number of students they've ever had, which was a good opportunity for first-year students who may have never had access to a community like this before. It was filled with joy and laughter, which was a huge step forward in this world's difficult political and social climate. If you missed the Queer BQ, do not worry, because you can always find the PRC inside the Laurie Student Center located in room 232. Do you have a small dog, preferably a corgi, or in fact any dog, or just simply a dog lover? Then the Tour de Corgi is the event you're going to want to check out. This upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m., the Tour de Corgi will be taking place at the Civic Center Park, and around noon, a parade of the hundreds of corgis will take place around Old Town Fort Collins. Corgi owners can register for a costume contest where the judges will rate them on a scale of cuteness. The contest will also have different other categories for your corgis to be ranked in, such as cutest couple, baddest to the bone, and like human, like corgi. You know for sure I'll be there with my cousin's corgi Wes in a fun dinosaur costume, and I'm sure we'll win the cutest couple. Don't forget to tune in next week as I do a closer story on this event. Congratulations to the UCA for reaching 10 years, and in celebration, CSU showcased its wonders.
This past Sunday, the UCA celebrates its 10-year anniversary by showcasing a variety of different elements of performing arts.
It was an open house that basically included something happening in almost every venue in the facility. All the dance facilities were up and operating, including the University Dance Theater. We had a tech rehearsal for the Laramie Project, our upcoming production, in the University Theater, and music therapy spaces, design technology spaces in theater. You name it, it was up and running on Sunday. And it gave the patrons an idea of what happens every day in the UCA.
The anniversary event gave students a chance to show their skills and what it really means to work inside the UCA.
Within the dance department, it's basically a big family, because dance, it requires a lot of time. One of the reasons why we call it our second home is because it basically is. We have a mini fridge with all our food in it, so when it comes to our lunchtime, we all eat together, we chill out, and then when it's time for class, we just dance, and then we'll go after the school's over to do rehearsals nonstop.
Clearly, the UCA is a fun and cooperative place for students to learn and grow, with many years to come.
I might just think of a change in major. Smoking weed may be bad for you, but one simply cannot deny the beautiful artwork that goes into making the pipes, bongs, and other smoking accessories. At Kind Creations, the personalized glass-blowing company located on South College, likes to blur the line between weed accessory and beautiful pieces of art. The store is lined ceiling to floor with all sorts of different and crazy pieces of art, ranging from shiny gold pipes to sparkly bongs. CSU students find themselves wandering into this store to get that one-of-a-kind smoking masterpiece, which is what makes them so much better than just buying off of Amazon Prime or just a run-of-the-mill gas station. Their motto is quality over quantity, and that is what I call a quality joint. Entertainment update. The new Brockhampton album just came out on September 21st, and it is creating a storm across CSU's student body. Brockhampton has always been popular on CSU, but their new album using a diverse musical collective makes them a force to be reckoned with. Their new album is called Iridescence, and it is their 4th album the group has made. And within their songs, the group uses auto-tune, but instead of using it to make them sound better, they are using it as an artistic statement. Proving their creative styles through auto-tune can be more than just voice enhancing and modifying. Now, I wonder if the group is holding auditions because they could seriously use my unique sense of singing. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Rams, and have a wonderful weekend.